Stone. Sarah Silverman. Okay, that one's a bit tougher. Sarah Silverman. She is a comedian. I'm going to say her. Carly Rae Jepsen. This one's also kind of hard. I'm going to say, wow, I'm going to guess her. Just because I remember Carly Rae Jepsen having bangs in the video. John Legend. Well, there aren't a ton of men on here, and this is a literal child, but he does kind of look like John Legend, so. Jimmy Fallon, that one's super easy. Lucy Hale. I don't know who that is. It just sounds familiar, but I have no idea. Let's see then. What are these? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, it tells you if I was right or wrong. I didn't see that until just now. Let's go back. So, I got Julia Roberts right. I got Emma Stone right. I got Sarah Silverman right. I got Carly Rae Jepsen wrong. I don't know who that would be then. I got John Legend right. Jimmy Fallon, almost certain that's right. Lucy Hale. Okay. So this is gonna have to be a random guess, I guess. I don't know who it is. Let's say it's her. Wrong. Okay. Steve Aoki. Aoki. Okay. Okay. Well, you. Correct. Okay. Melissa McCarthy. Okay. I'm not really sure if any of these people really look like her. But if I had to take a guess out of all these pictures, I'm going to say Melissa McCarthy. Wow. This one. Correct. Mariah Carey. Really? Not one person on here looks like Mariah Carey. Let me know in the comments below if you think someone in this lineup looks like Mariah Carey. Because I just don't see it. That's a tough one. It's tough because there's no one on here that looks like Mariah Carey. Well, I just don't know. Okay, well, I guess we gotta have to make a guess. That does not look like Mariah Carey. It looks vintage though. Kind of like Mariah Carey's old music videos. It's very Vision of Love-ish. View. Is that her? Wait, isn't this the girl from iCarly? Let's see if I can find. Oh, it has to be. Okay, yep. Jodie Foster. Okay, which one of these people like Jodie Foster? No. I guess we're gonna guess again. Wait, is this supposed to be Mariah Carey? I hope not, because that does not look like Mariah Carey. I mean, it's a slight resemblance, but I just don't see it. I didn't pay attention to this girl last time. Anyways, Jodie Foster, let's see if it's her. Wrong. Drew Barrymore. That's definitely her. Joshua Jackson. Evan Rachel Wood. Okay. I know the name. I can't place the face. Evan Rachel Wood. What was she in? No clue. So then, let's see if it's her. Wrong. We're really kind of flopping at this, guys. Let's see. Shipka. Kiernan Shipka. Okay, well, time to get another one wrong. Wait, did I get Melissa McCarthy right? I don't even remember. Wrong. Okay, so I don't know these names. That was a lucky guess, obviously. And finally, Maya, as in the singer Maya. It has to be her because literally it's the only person who it could possibly be. Impressive. You have eagle eyes, and you definitely have a lot of celebrity knowledge. But you're not a scholar yet. Maybe some of these photos threw you off, or maybe you just didn't know who some of these lips were. That's true. I definitely didn't know who some of them were. But I got 12 out of 20, so I got more than half. So, even with that lucky guess, I was still over half. So, yeah. Not bad, guys. Do we have time for another one? What do you think? Should we do another one? Let's go back and look. Oh, you know what? What's this one? I have a tab open over here. It must have been one that I meant to do before. What did I wait to do? 19 childhood things millennials never ever shut up about. Because it makes them happy. I am a millennial. So let's see if I relate to some of this. Disney classic show. VHS tape cases. Oh yeah. Those were awesome. They made a specific sound when you opened them too. I never really realized though that it was only Disney who made those. I guess so I did, because the other ones were like basically you just slid them into the case and these literally opened up like books. Why millennials won't shut up about it? In the pre-streaming era, we basically watched the same movies over and over because they were the only ones we owned and had immediate access to. Plus, there was something about the feel and smell of these wasn't really it for me. Like, no. But it does bring me back to when they were like all over the Target stores. Why millennials won't shut up about it? Sure. It only played 30 seconds of one song, but it felt like the future having something so small plays music that fit discreetly in your pocket. And any 90s kid who carried around a portable CD player knows those things are fragile and never fit in your pocket. Beanie Babies. I did have a phase where I was obsessed with Beanie Babies, especially when McDonald's would do their like specials where you would get like a miniature Beanie Baby in a Happy Meal. I just loved them. I remember there for a while, the biggest Beanie Baby in the whole world was the Princess Diane, which was just a purple bear, which I still have to this day. But at one point, I think it might have been shortly after her death, it like skyrocketed in price. And then it eventually kind of went down again. I think they reproduced it again. And so now there's more of them out. But yeah, there was a whole bunch that I used to have. I now only have the one. And I don't keep it because I don't keep it because it's a Beanie Baby. I keep it because of nostalgia. Yeah. Blockbuster Video. So I don't know how I feel about Blockbuster. When I was growing up, we had tons of different movie theaters, or not movie theaters, but video stores. There was Hollywood Video, and then we had like two others that were kind of local, and Blockbuster was just one of those. But I do remember going and renting movies, and in particular, sometimes games. The thing about renting movies back then was the cases remind me a lot of Super Nintendo games back in the day. Like, the case would look amazing and awesome. It would be super detailed with all of these amazing like drawings, and then the game would look like total crap. Whoa. There'd be a movie, like a movie with the cover, and it would look amazing, great, scary, awesome, action-packed, and then the movie would be totally awful. It was just really like hit and miss with the movies. You had no way of knowing if you're about to walk into something terrible if you had never heard of it. There was no rating, there was no Google, there was nothing. You just had to take a chance. We'll skip the read up why. I mean, we already know why. AOL was the messenger. Yes, I remember this very fondly. I still have my username from way back then. My username and email. I remember when they used to give these out in discs. You would get like 1,000 hours of free internet. It was a big deal. I would just like recycle CDs over and over and over again until they got wise to that. But yeah, this was like huge then. Now we have things like MySpace Messenger and WhatsApp that are basically what this was then. But it was different because it was just on your computer. Or actually, I had a phone that had AOL Instant Messenger built into it. It was a Nokia. And this was before the color phone age. And this was before the internet phone age. So this was a big deal. But it was the Nokia 3390 and it was awesome. Totally loved that thing. Okay. Why millennials won't shut up about it? We didn't have FaceTime. No, we didn't even have texting. We had the phone, not even cell phones, and that was it. AOL Instant Messenger was like a technological marvel, and you could chat with your friends, or multiple friends at once through the internet. It invented chat groups and never wanting to talk on the phone again. Yeah. delicious. But I never felt like you got enough of them in the pack. But I did like them. And with these commercials, I think these guys' heads would like explode or something. They'd be like all juicy inside. White millennials shut up about it, won't shut up about it. The commercials were nightmare fuel that left us traumatized to this day. I just thought they were weird. They didn't really scare me. But it's very 90s. There was so much sort of odd marketing back then. The cake scene from Matilda. I only vaguely remember this. And I remember that it made me want to eat chocolate cake like crazy. I thought the cake looked so good. White millennials won't shut up about it. Like the Gushers commercial, this scene left us very traumatized. You want to see a millennial break out into cold sweat, give them a giant slice of my chocolate cake, and bring up the scene. So, I grew up in sort of a horror movie household. So certain things weren't scary to me that would be scary to like other children, because my mom always watched horror movies with me. And sometimes those would leave me traumatized, but you know, orange Nickelodeon VHS tapes. I only barely remember this. I do remember Rugrats, and I think Harriet the Spy was also on an orange disc, but I don't remember. I didn't own a whole bunch of VHS Nickelodeon things, but yeah, go ahead and skip that. But I guess orange tapes was their answer to the Disney Channel, or not Disney Channel, but Disney's little, plastic cases. Aggro Craig from Guts. I'm not sure what that is. This was sort of our Mount Everest. Also, watching kids climb in on Guts would give us so much stress, even though we all low-key thought we could conquer it. I don't remember gas very well. Or not gas, but what is it called? Guts. Guts. Dunkaroos. They did taste amazing. My mom wouldn't buy these very often though, so I didn't get to enjoy them that often. Titanic. I just thought the movie was long. I never got the hype. I was young when it came out, though, to be fair. But I was just too young to appreciate it. And now that I'm older, I still think it's too long. And I honestly don't really have an opinion on it anymore. I know I didn't like it when I was younger because it was so long. And now that I'm older, I just don't really care. So, but it was huge. I mean, this was like the highest grossing film of all time for a very long time. I think Avatar is the only movie that beat it, right? Maybe not, but when it came out, it was like the biggest movie of all time. Literally. So I understand the hype because pretty much everyone's seen it. Tamagotchis. So, I can tell you right now. Oh no. I can tell you right now. I was obsessed with these. I had tons of these. I was obsessed with these and Tamagotchis, Gigapets, and Nano Babies. I had to have them all. And at one point they came out with like Star Wars, Gigapets and Tamagotchis, and Rugrats, Gigapets, Tamagotchis, and Nano Babies. I had to have those too. At one point I had a collection of like 15 of these things. And yeah. I don't know how I got out of it. I think once I reached a certain amount of number, it kind of felt like I had them all. And there was nothing really else to do with them. And they were all kind of alike, The plot was pretty much the same. Was that it? Oh, Goosebumps Books. Yeah, I remember these. I never read a single Goosebumps book, though. Actually, I might have read this one. I collected some of them for the covers, but I didn't read them. Boy Meets World, yeah, that was good. It was okay, but it boiled down to Mr. Finney, a person we all wished we had in our lives, and being so invested in Corey and to bank this relationship goals. Sure, oh my gosh, yeah. I was completely obsessed with Furbies. I wanted one so bad one Christmas. The first year they came out, when people were literally fighting in stores to get them. I remember on the news they were talking about how people were trying to hide them in the stores so they could come back and get them. Employees were stealing them, and then there were literal fist fights to get like the last ones that were on shelves. At that time, my mom actually worked at Target, and she was able to get me one for Christmas. I wanted this one specifically though. I wanted this exact one, and I never got it. The one I got was all black. It had, I think, white feet still, but it didn't have this cute little fur belly, white belly hair. I wanted the most, but then I found the one that I had was also pretty rare. And mine had a tail poof, and this one had a mohawk. So, it was truly a status symbol toy. If you own one, you probably have bad memories of waking up to it talking to itself in the middle of the night. I just thought it was the future. Like, I thought this was the coolest thing. Like, I totally bought into like what it was designed to do. Like, it was your own little pet that could talk, and you would keep it alive, and it was just the best little thing to me. I never had one of these Skippets. That was just not my jam at all. The commercial jingle lives rent-free in our heads, and it'll play in and out, of nowhere. Made it from the Parent Trap. She was a total, you-know-what. Because we spent most of our childhood hating her, and then we all got old and realized she wasn't the villain. Honestly, we need a spin-off series of her. Good on it, Disney. Actually, no. She was definitely the villain. I have no idea what the correlation between growing up and her not being the villain is. Like, she was vile. Like, she was just a vile person. If you don't want kids, then why would you date somebody who has kids? You know what I mean? Like, gross. Mr. Sketch Scented Markers. Never heard of this. I have no idea what these are. Never heard of them. I think it's safe to say that 90% of millennials own this exact marker set, and I'll bet 90% of them can't remember ever using it. Seriously, it was all about pulling them out and sniffing the sweet, sweet synthetic scent that you can still smell in your head to this day. Well, I guess I missed that somehow. Like, I've never even heard of this before. So, I mean, maybe I inadvertently had some of these, or like at school or something, but honestly, they look kind of generic, so I probably avoided them. And lastly, Lunchables. So Lunchables are still a thing. So I'm sure the new generation is growing up with their own fond memories of Lunchables. But I did enjoy these. Of course, you had the ham and cheese. This one right here, though, let me just skip back. This was my favorite. I loved the pizza one the most because it was pizza, and it honestly tasted kind of like crap. Like this crackery, doughy thing here that's supposed to be the pizza crust was awful. The pizza sauce was a little too sweet. And, the pepperoni was really the only redeeming factor, but this was the one I wanted the most anytime I got Lunchables. Even though the best tasting one was the ham and cheese ones with just the regular crackers and a little mini candy bar that came inside. Okay. Why millennials won't shut up about it? This was the ultimate status lunch in elementary school. That's not what it was about. It was all about pulling one of these out of your lunchbox in the cafeteria, feeling cool and having your friends be a little jealous of you were eating it. And millennials are still trying to chase that feeling 28 plus years later. So, they've mentioned status symbol a couple times in this article, and honestly, when I was growing up, none of these things felt like status symbols to me. Like, I wanted these things because I wanted them and not because I thought it would be cool. I enjoyed Lunchables. That's why I wanted Lunchables. And typically when I had a Lunchable, it meant I was going on a field trip. So I kind of accredited it with that. Sure, I had them at home, but typically it involved going on a field trip. And I loved going on field trips with school. Same goes with the Furby. I just wanted the Furby so freaking bad. Like, I was so into technology when I was a kid. And then Furby just seemed like, you know, the next huge thing, and it really was. So yeah, it had nothing to do with status. In fact, most people that I knew didn't have one, and of course that could be because it was so rare and hard to get, and I think they were kind of expensive too. But I had like 6 of these things in total eventually. The last one I ever owned was called Graduation Furby. I got it when I was in the 6th grade, I believe. So, and then I stopped caring about them. So, they got lost. So, yeah. Alright, we're done. This video is probably way longer than it needs to be, but I had a good time recording it. Hopefully, you could see everything just fine. This was a nice little stroll down memory lane. I was just talking about nostalgia. It's kind of funny what some of these things mean to some people. But, yeah, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new,